Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium and the latest edition of the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show. I'm Jim Noble, joined by Wofford head women's basketball coach Jimmy Garrity, and these are the kind of shows I love to do. What a roll you guys are on. Undefeated since we last spoke. We'll go over the last 4 games since the last coaching show, but man, I knew you'd have a smile on your face when you came down here. How you doing?
Yeah, this is all fun, right? It is. It's been really good, and you know, all the credit goes to our players. They're playing really well on both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and you know, practices. They've just been different. They got a different feel to them. I think we're winning because we have talented players, but we're together. Mm-hmm. This team enjoys each other's company on and off the court, and it makes a huge difference on the court. So it's been pretty special. It's been a lot of fun.
7-1 in the conference, the best conference start in school history, 4-game winning streak heading into this weekend. What sort of response, Jimmy, have you gotten, whether it's from former players, on campus here, people around your profession?
Yeah.
People are starting to take notice, aren't they?
It's been great. I mean, a lot of positive responses. You know, you walk through campus and, you know, everybody, that's what's great about Wofford, the community. Like, everybody knows. Everybody knows. So, you know, we eat lunch at Burwell, the CAF, every day near about, and just it's fun to go over there and talk to different people. And you know, the alumni have reached out to me, and you know, alumni that I didn't even coach, and a lot of emails and stuff from donors too. So again, it feels good, and you know, we're still we're not going to do anything different. You know, we're still we're a grinded out type team and a gritty team. So that's what our makeup is, and we're going to continue to do those things, and hopefully it can translate into success on the court.
Well, we will take a look at the last 4 games, of course, all wins for the Terriers, and a big one coming up on Saturday. We'll also take a look at Jimmy's staff and tell you who does what to keep this operation rolling. It's all ahead here on the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show.
It doesn't matter if you're active on the road or in the gym. Your body is your strongest tool. Spartanburg Regional Sports Medicine Institute is here to push you to the next level. With partnerships across Spartanburg County schools, we're here when it happens. We diagnose, treat, and heal at the Sports Medicine Institute to get you back and active, in the gym, in the game, and to the next level. We never quit because you never quit.
And welcome back to the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show. So when we last spoke, Jimmy, you were coming off a tough loss at Mercer against a very, very good basketball team, heading into a 2-game homestand with Chattanooga and ETSU coming to Spartanburg. What were your hopes? What were some of your concerns heading into that homestand?
Well, I mean, honestly, we felt good about ourselves because we just came off the road 3 in a row and won 2 of the 3 against, you know, 3 great opponents. And the Mercer game, they're really good. They're really talented. They're tough. You know, I was proud of our effort, especially coming back in the second half, being down double digits at halftime and come back to actually take the lead. And then down the stretch, we didn't make enough plays to win that. But, you know, we felt good about ourselves. We had to have a good week of practice preparing for Chat and ETSU. So, again, 2 talented teams, both looking to come on the road and get a win. And we did the things we needed to do to win. I thought our defensive effort was really, really good. And then offensively, we did a great job of sharing the ball and knocking down shots and making plays.
The offensive thing that jumps out at me, it seems maybe for the last 2 months or so, is the incredible balance that you have. It's somebody different every night. And I think that homestand was almost a coming out party for Annabelle Schultz in many ways, but she's just one cog in this machine, but she's really stepped up.
Yeah, she really has, and she puts in a ton of effort outside of practice, getting in the gym, getting up shots, and she's just one of many, right? So she's been steady for the last 3 or 4 games. She's had a really good month. Her January was really good, and February, hopefully she continues that trend. And then you're right, each day we've seen like somebody different has kind of stepped up, whether it's been, Jackie, Lex, AB, and then Helen had a really good game coming off at Western too. So if we can continue to play like we play, and we'll be in pretty good shape.
Of course, they were both games well in hand, basically 20-point games most of the way. And the one thing I don't think anybody's really talked about is you're doing a lot of this with a freshman point guard.
Yeah.
Reagan Rapert's been great. You're getting a lot of contributions from another freshman, Sydney Ricchetto.
Yeah.
So I know we're viewed as a veteran team, but the freshmen are really, really boosting you at critical times.
Yeah, I mean, Reagan, our point guard, she's got the ball in her hand the majority of the time, and then so the first half of the year, she was playing well, but the game has really slowed down for her, and she is, she's a gritty, tough player that can really shoot the ball, make good decisions, and she's really tough on defense too. So she's just kind of coming into her own, and she's been our leader, on the court, and I think the game at Furman is where she really got out of her shell and came into the leadership role that she's now been in since then. So I think she'll continue to do that, and good things will happen.
All right, so 2 big wins at home. When we come back, the Terriers hit the road. It's UNCG and Western Carolina. That's coming up next.
Wofford takes down Carolina, and the Furman Paladins is defeated in the
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
And welcome back to the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show, brought to you by RJ Rockers. I'm Jim Noble. So, after 2 great home wins, he hit the road. Hitting the road doesn't faze you guys at all. In fact, sometimes it focuses teams. You're around each other a lot. It's a good thing you all like each other, because you spend a lot of time together, don't you?
The road trip was pretty successful for us, and those are 2 places that are tough to play. And UNCG is a very talented team, a big team that can pound it inside. And we just, our defense was really good, and our offense got to clicking too. And then you go to Western, and historically that's always been a tough place for us to play. And we just played really well, and I think we're quietly confident, which has been, a little bit like, hey, we make sure we're in this game. But yeah, they're together, playing well, and defensively have been pretty good, and we've been making shots too. So
let's start with the UNCG game. That's a little bandbox gym. It's funny because we always talk about the little gyms being hard for shooting backgrounds. Didn't bother Jackie Carmen at all. Did it. 8 3-pointers, 24 points. All her made baskets were threes.
Yeah.
The rim must have looked like a hula hoop that night.
She was really feeling it, and she was confident right from the get-go. I think she started out with a corner 3, and then her teammates kept finding her, and she kept making shots. And of course, I don't even realize, I'm not looking at the stats like how many she had. Didn't realize she tied Chloe's record. I thought it was pretty cool. She said after the game, Chloe texted her.
Oh, really?
And said congratulations. So that's just kind of cool. They played together too, and Jackie's a special player, and she's been playing really well lately.
It's funny. You may not pay attention to the stats. Chloe Wannick sure did, and she had such a great career here, of course. So that's awful cool. The other thing that Greensboro win did, it got you over 500 for the year. And we look at this great conference record, and people may look at the overall record and say, all right, is Wofford for real? They don't understand how tough a schedule you played. But maybe mentally, that's a pretty cool thing as well.
Well, you always want to look at your stats and see that you got more wins than losses. But yeah, we did play a really tough non-conference schedule, so we had to have a good conference schedule to get that balance back up over 500, and so far we've done that.
So another big win at Greensboro, then it was on to Cullowhee, Western Carolina. Why had that been a tough place to play, other than the fact that Western traditionally has some pretty good teams?
Yeah, I mean, they have had good teams. You got to kind of generate your own energy.
It's a big old barn, kind of dark.
It's a big building, and you know, for whatever reason, we haven't really shot that well when we've gone up there. But again, the game started off with Jackie hitting a corner three. And so, but I just overall, the team effort, whoever came in just stepped up and did their role.
Yep, Helen Matthews, career high 23, in that realm of different hero every night. And the great thing is, it's such an unselfish attitude. When one player steps up like that, it's not like, oh, they're taking all the shots.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is fantastic. Yeah. She's hot, let's feed her.
Yeah, and that's the confidence that they have in each other. And again, they're a together team, and they don't really care who gets the points. They just want the win. And so, you know, these games have been, we've won quite a few by double digits. And I told our players after the game, like, I know winning is not easy. Winning on the road is difficult. It's hard. It's tough to do. You guys, maybe from the outside, people might be thinking it's been looking easy, but I know it's been anything but. You guys have put in the work and the effort, and it's just showing on the court.
Most importantly, you got a couple of snack times on the
yeah.
road. What is the Jimmy Garrity go-to for snack time?
It's usually peanut M&Ms, but against Western, we went to the Dairy Queen, so it was just a regular vanilla cone.
Because it's never cold enough in Cullowhee, right?
Yeah,
you just decided to get some ice cream.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
All right. When we come back, big one coming up here Saturday at Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium. We will preview the rematch with the Furman Paladins next.
There's only one you. For over a century, Park National Bank has served customers and communities with a hands-on approach that sees you as the unique person you are, delivering more than you expect from a bank. More reliability, more attention, more flexibility, more sophisticated financial services, more going the extra mile. Because at Park, you mean more.
Welcome back to the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show. So, it's been looming on the schedule all year long ever since the Wofford Terriers went down to Greenville back in January and posted their first ever win at Furman, a 74-69 victory that really, I think, served notice that this could be a special team. Now, they get another shot at you, but it happens here at your place. It was 74-69. It was a tough, hard-fought game down there. What do you recall from that first game in terms of things that stood out to you?
Well, I thought defensively we were pretty good defensively, but offensively we made shots. You know, we were out without Jackie that game. And so, you know, again, like you said earlier, we talked about different people stepping up. You know, Naya had an unbelievable game there. She was driving the ball, she was hitting threes, playing good defense. Furman is so talented and they're so good. And again, we haven't won over there in the history of women's basketball, and our players knew that. I mean, I think it's important for our players to know that the history of the conference and our opponents. So they just had the right mindset going over there. Again, Furman coming here, they may be the hottest team in the league. They've won 5 in a row. Super, super talented. They probably have one of the best players in Tierra Hodges. She's a double-double, averaging 19 points, 12 rebounds. She is a handful. So they got 5 or 6 other complementary players to her too that can beat you themselves as well too. So it's going to take our very best effort to win against a good, solid, well-coached team.
It is hard to beat a good team twice in a season. And I always think the team that loses the first game sometimes has a mental advantage for you, you can't just say, hey, it worked out great, let's not change anything that we did in game one, because you know they're going to change things.
Yeah.
How do you keep from doing the same thing? And I don't give away any trade secrets here, but you've got to throw a couple of wrinkles in there, I would imagine.
No, well, you think that they're going to make some adjustments, so we're going to try to, think of what adjustments they're going to make and make adjustments to that adjustment. So, again, sometimes you can throw that stuff out the window, and simple basketball with good, solid defense, and if you can rebound and take care of the ball, that's your best options to win.
Final question about Furman. You said that your players played free and loose in that game. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, they've been since January 1. They've just had a different feel to them. Practices have been loose. It's not that we've been joking around or anything like. They've been really competitive. But again, that together team can play loose and free with that. And we that's been our mindset. Hey, we got good players on the team. Just go out and play your game and play for each other, and let's see what happens at the end of the game. And if you play really, really hard, that's all I really care about, guys. Let's just play really, really hard and be great teammates to one another, and that's going to be good enough.
Well, it's going to be a huge Saturday here at Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium. Come on out at 2 o'clock for the women's game. There's also a football event later on in the day, men's game that night, so make a day of it here in Spartanburg. And when we come back, we'll look behind the scenes. Why is this program so good right now? Jimmy's got a little bit of help in that respect. We'll talk about that next.
Dad, are you ready for the football? Why is that man wearing face paint? What's the e-ticket? Can we get popcorn? Can we get funnel cake? Can we get ice cream? How many steps are there? What's offside? Why is that car a trough? How tall is that light? How cool is it? Can we come again?
We sure can.
Football season, the best time of year, no question.
Welcome back, everybody. I joked and said you have a little help on the staff. Before we get into the people that kind of make this machine work, you do have the smallest staff in the conference. I think you've got 2 assistants, a trainer, and a part-time performance coach, athletic performance. When you look up and down the benches, when you go to other teams and see 6, 7, 8 people sitting on the bench, does it get you down ever?
No, because you know what? It's important in life to surround yourself with great people. And I do tell Byron, hey, we don't need all 25 seats on that bench. We're only using about 15 of them. So just joking around with it. But yeah, my staff is awesome, and we've known each other for a long time, and I think our core is similar. We're like-minded people, and they're fun to be around. They're good human beings. They're great basketball coaches, and we just enjoy spending time together, whether it's on the basketball court or outside as friends. It's really special. I've known Trent and Mike. We were all together at UNC Wilmington 15 years ago, and I got a picture on my refrigerator with all 3 of us. We were a little bit thinner and looked a little bit younger, but yeah, they're great people and really good basketball minds, and our players absolutely love them, and that's the most important thing to me.
Tell us a bit individually about them. We'll start with associate head coach Mike Merrill. What are Mike's strengths as an assistant, both on and off the court?
I tell you what, he is an organizer like that. He can put things together, and we make sure we're on time with road trips, and he coaches our bigs too, does a wonderful job with the post players. But he's just a special person. He's got a great relationship with all the players on campus and in the community. Everybody knows him. He is somebody that makes sure the ship is running in the right direction, and he does a fantastic job.
Trent Bunn, your assistant coach, perpetual smile on his face, always in a great mood. I know he interned under a good one at Sylvia Hatchell over there in North Carolina. Talk about what Trent brings to the table.
Well, Trent's just a fantastic human being, and you're right. He's always got a smile on. He knows everybody. Everybody knows Trent. he can talk now. He loves to talk, and he's great with recruits and prospects because he's great with parents as well as prospects. And our players have a fantastic relationship with him. He coaches our guards and does a fantastic job with our point guards in the wings. But just a great human being. Again, we're all like-minded people. His core is a fantastic human being, and he's a special fellow.
Of course, somebody has to keep these athletes healthy. You have A.J. Kerr, the athletic performance coach for both men's and women's basketball. You kind of share him with Jay McCauley, and then Ben Adams is your trainer this year. Those are jobs that fans rarely see what they do behind the scenes.
Well, those are two really, really important jobs, right? Because your best ability is your availability. And so those two guys, Coach Kerr gets us strong and then conditioned in shape to play the game so we can do what we need to do on the court. And Ben is new to our program. He's just been great with our players. Great relationship with them. They love getting treatment from him. He's always available, which is a big, big key to keeping your players healthy and preventative, so we don't get injured. So, knock on wood, we continue to stay a little bit healthy throughout the season.
Well, let's keep the band together because whatever's working this year, it's working. So let's make sure. And they've all been with you, your assistant coaches for a long time. So I think that speaks very highly of you too. So that's really, really cool. In summation, how badly do you need this place to be rocking on Saturday afternoon when Furman comes to town?
I think we're going to have a good crowd. Spring semester has started, so hopefully the students can pack this place as well. I think the community is going to come out. I've heard they're going to tailgate before the game, so I think it'll be a great atmosphere and two really good teams playing against each other. And the one who takes care of the ball the best, plays good defense and rebounds, is probably going to come out victorious.
We wish you the best of luck. We always appreciate your time here on the show that's named after you, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, for head coach Jimmy Garrity, I'm Jim Noble. We will see you here at this court behind us Saturday, 2 p.m. when it's Wofford hosting Furman as the Terriers go for the season sweep over the Paladins. And we will see you next time here on the Coach Jimmy Garrity Show. So long, everybody.